What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, they want black dominance to be ended in the sport of boxing. This is bigger than boxing, people, and I hope people understand this and gauge this. I hope that people are computing this in their brains, right? This is bigger than the sport of boxing. There's been a reign of black dominance in the sport of boxing since Jack Johnson, right? It's just been a reign of black dominance in the sport of boxing and in sports in general. And in the sport of boxing, it's one-on-one, mano a mano, right? It says a lot when you have two men in there and the best man wins, and consistently you have black dominance in the sport of boxing. It's frowned upon in other communities outside the black community, people. And I hope y'all are understanding this. Here you have the pound for pound best fighter in the world, undefeated 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and going for undisputed in a 3rd separate weight class and a 5th division as a world champion, and is undefeated in Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford is 41 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. He's going to have a mega fight, a super fight in September 13th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, against another first ballot Hall of Famer. A top 10 pound for pound fighter, a 4-division world champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, reigning undisputed super middleweight, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is viewed as the face and the cash cow in the sport of boxing currently as it stands. His popularity. He has a record of 63 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And the boxing world is tired of black dominance in the sport of boxing. And I get it. When you have a group that's winning, consistent, people get fatigued of winners, right? Not to mention race, right? And pride. Pride and race, and everybody wants to wave their flag and say that they're the best. Everybody wants bragging rights. And it's hard to have bragging rights in the sport of boxing when you have so many dominant black athletes in the sport of boxing. Terence Crawford has been the dominant black athlete in the sport of boxing. Prior to him, it was Andre Ward was the best fighter in the world. Another black athlete in the sport of boxing who retired undefeated. Prior to Andre Ward, it was Floyd Mayweather, another black athlete who retired undefeated. You following the trend? They're not even losing. Andre Ward retired 32 wins with no losses and no draws. 16 wins by way of knockout. Floyd Mayweather retired 50 wins, no losses, no draws. Okay, do the math. That's 82-0. Then you tack on Terence Crawford's 41 wins. That's 123-0. And they are dominating for decades. Terence Crawford will be 38 years of age. Floyd Mayweather was dominating at 37, 38 years of age. Still, the genetics, still dominating. Andre Ward retired because physically his knees wouldn't hold up. Had knee ailments, physical health issues would force him to retire. Andre Ward, 2-division champion. Floyd Mayweather, 5-division champion. Terence Crawford, 4-division champion. 100 combined right now, they're 123 wins with no losses and no draws. 123 wins. Not to mention all that Floyd Mayweather beat more champions than anybody in history of sport of boxing. Look how many champions Andre Ward beat, and you combine the champions that Terence Crawford. I'm just talking about 3 guys. And if you look at their age currently as it stands, Floyd Mayweather is the oldest of them all, and he's 48 years old. Only 48 years old. And then you look at the crop of upcoming fighters. Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Tank Davis. Let's combine their records. Tank, 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw. Shakur, 23 wins, no losses, no draws. Keyshawn, 13 wins, no loss, no draw. Jaron Ennis, 34 wins, no losses, no draw. Look how many wins that is with no losses. I ain't even tell y'all about Abdullah Mason. I ain't even tell you about Canelo Moulton, who's coming up. I ain't even tell you about Shamar Canal, who's coming up. I ain't even tell you about Devin Haney, who they prayed, and they'll tell you to this day, he got a loss. They can't overturn the loss Devin Haney got. Devin Haney got a loss. He 32 wins, no losses, no draws. 32 wins. Combine them records, people. Combine them records. Combine them records. Jaron Ennis, 34 wins, no losses, no draw. Tank Davis, 30 wins. That's 64 wins and no losses. Tank, 28 knockouts. Boots, 30 knockouts. That's 58 knockouts. They tell you black fighters are boring. They are 64 wins between Jaron Ennis and Tank Davis. That's 64 wins. No losses, 1 draw to another black athlete. And 58 knockouts. And guess what? Tank is 30. Boots is 27. Shakur is 27. Devin Haney's 26. Keyshawn is 26. Are y'all following the trend? Shamar Canal, 20 years old. Abdullah Mason, 20 years old. Floyd Schofield, 22 years old. Canelo Moulton, what is he, 19, 20? So an article got posted. I know people are like, well, why are you doing this rant? Because an article was posted on Terence Crawford. Every day I wake up and I look at these quote unquote reputable boxing websites that are leading fans astray, and they're able to and allowed to publish these articles that are demeaning the black fighters. There's no other fighter being demeaned on these websites. And they write an article, and in this article, they're telling you, all they're talking about is the negative about Terence Crawford. What Terence Crawford can't do. Okay? What Terence Crawford is not anymore. Okay? The title of this article, Crawford's fading power and speed, too weak for 168 and Canelo. So that's the name of the article. Every day. Every day it's about Jaron Ennis. He's ducking. It's about Shakur Stevenson. He's faded. Devin Haney is a crybaby. Bill Haney is a crybaby. Terence Crawford is faded. Terence Crawford ain't got it. Terence Crawford is a duck. You know, Keyshawn Davis better hope he can perform to this level. You know, Jaron Ennis ain't fight nobody. This is the article. Written right there. You can see it. I'm tired of it. Because all the black fighters do is carry the sport of boxing. But they allowed these articles to be published in our face. You see it. Right? As if Terence Crawford didn't win this fight against Israel Madrimov. Look at the highlight. I ain't even tell you about Errol Spence, 28 wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss to Terence Crawford, another black athlete. I ain't even tell you about Jamal Charlo, who's still undefeated. Jamal Charlo only lost to Canelo and Tony Harrison, another black fighter. And he avenged that loss to Tony Harrison, undisputed fighter. Right? But they'll praise Naoya Inoue. They praise Virgil Ortiz win against Israel Majumov like he ain't struggled against Israel Majumov, and he didn't get dropped multiple times against Soraya Boachuk and arguably lose to Soraya Boachuk. This Terence Crawford Canelo fight is what they need to end the black messiah, the black dominance in the sport of boxing. They're praying that Canelo Alvarez beats Terence Crawford. They didn't want this fight. And the black athletes that competed or yesteryear, like Bernard Hopkins, that's standing there talking about Terence Crawford gonna be boring if he risks his life, and Terence Crawford, as if he didn't do the same thing. They put in place to do this, people. Bernard Hopkins, legend in the sport, talking about Terence Crawford, this is a step too far, this weight class for a reason. He jumped 15 pounds after 2 back-to-back losses to Jermaine Taylor, another black athlete. Jumped up from 160, 175 to fight Antonio Tarver, 15 pounds, and beat another black athlete. Tommy Hearns jumped from 154 to 175 to become a world champion. I played that for y'all. Terence Crawford jumping 14 pounds, now it's a money grab? He risking his life? Canelo himself jumped from 160 to 175 to fight Sergey Kovalev after he beat Danny Jacobs and ducked Demetrius Andrade, another black athlete. They don't want the continued rise of black messiahs in the sport of boxing, people. Y'all don't see that? And this is no disrespect to no other community, but everybody else is allowed to raise their flags proud without complaints. It's celebrated to raise and be a Mexican. Viva Mexico! It's celebrated. But black athletes can't celebrate the black community. No, 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 sir. It's frowned upon. Why? Because of the dominance in the sport. Prior to Floyd Mayweather, you had the 4 King era. Look at the 4 King era. Tommy Hearns, black. Marvin Hagler, black. Sugar Ray Leonard, black. The one that they throw in there, Roberto Duran, Latino. But they leave out Wilfred Benitez, who's an Afro-Latino, who dominated Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran, amongst these fighters, he got 1 win against Sugar Ray Leonard. He quit against Sugar Ray Leonard after that. He got brutally knocked out by Tommy Hearns. Okay? He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. He's 1-4 against them. Whose era? Then you talk about the Mike Tyson era. Then you talk about the Larry Holmes era. Then you talk about the Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, George Foreman era. The list goes on and on and on. Look how far back I can go. We in 2025. We talking about the dominance from the early 1900s. So if y'all think that these people are not trying to knock, they can't wait. They want Terence Crawford to lose because that symbolizes still black dominance. And what does that do? That empowers the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haneys, the Kamel Moultons, the Abdullah Masons, the Floyd Schofields, the Shamar Canals. That's what that do. It gives them hope. It gives them strength. The Keyshawn Davises of the world. It's passing the torch. And they don't see an end in sight. And they hope Terence Crawford lose so they could celebrate, people. See Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo Alvarez? Coming up a weight, another smaller guy? He beat Canelo Alvarez, and guess what happened? Guess what happened when he beat Canelo Alvarez? At 37 years old, they told you Canelo was too green. He had 40 fights, 5 title defenses, and a unification bout against the second best or third best fighter in his division in Austin Trout, another black fighter. And they said 23 years old, he was too green. Mike Tyson won the title at 20. Wilfred Benitez was 17. Floyd Mayweather was 20. Muhammad Ali was 20. What are we talking about? 19 at 23, he was too young. He was too green. See, now he was younger than Floyd, but too young. Now he's 34, 35. Terence Crawford, 38. By the time 2 weeks after the fight, he'll be 38 years old. So losing to Terence Crawford, coming up 2 weight classes and about 2 to 3 years older than you, what's the excuse? They can't have this, people. Telling y'all. So they're allowed to publish articles like this to demean Terence Crawford, to demean Shakur Stevenson, demean Devin Haney and his father. They don't want to see the unity of Devin Haney and Bill Haney, two black excellence. How dare we have a father and son actually succeed in the sport of boxing? They don't want that. Man, y'all better wake up, man. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, it's your boy Blue signing off. I'm gone. Terence Crawford gonna win September 13th. Peace.